Only in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love key talk.
Key Talk Society, check it out. Before the video gets started, I need y'all to like the video. You know what I'm talking about? You know I'm gonna come with the content every day, all day. You know what I'm talking about? Then like the video for me, take 2 seconds. Anyway, so some updated info has actually came out about the murder of Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook. Now, of course, everybody knows what happened by now. If you don't, he was shot and killed. That's actually been, confirmed. He was actually unalive. Now, the thing about it is this, right? So in the last report, we pretty much read that the shooting happened on somewhere on Winchester, which was like an event center, and I guess there's restaurants there as well. That's where the shooting actually took place at. However, other reports is coming out and it's saying that before he was at the event center, he was actually at a funeral. So, well, let me read about that first and then we'll come talk about it. So the report that pretty much lets us know that he was at the funeral first, that actually came from TMZ, which they're pretty credible. It says sources with direct knowledge tells us the rapper's older sibling, of course they're talking about Yo Gotti's older sibling, was gunned down Saturday in Memphis on near Winchester Road. Per reports, this murder took place after he'd attended a funeral service in the area. So it happened after a funeral service, right? So that means either people knew that he was going to be there and they decided to stalk him down and wait until the perfect opportunity to actually go and try to shoot and kill him, because obviously I would imagine that he had some sort of protection. Maybe he didn't, because obviously what happened, but on top of that, I would imagine that there was some type of lookout eyes, right? So, and this isn't a person that you can just, ambush and kill without having some type of eyes or having to put a plan together. So it's either that somebody put a plan together before the funeral because they knew that he was actually going to be attending the funeral, so they waited outside or did whatever they did, or whenever there's a funeral that actually happens, that's a whole lot of people will come and show up to the funeral, right? From different, who knows? Everybody don't know everybody that's gonna actually show up to the funeral. When you hear somebody's got a funeral, you get the date that they're having the wake, the date that they're having a funeral, and you kind of just pop out to the funeral. Now, who's to say that whenever he showed up to the funeral, somebody at the actual funeral themselves didn't drop and give its location? And of course, that's just one scenario where could have happened. The amount of thought and process that actually goes into killing somebody, doing a hit on somebody, and successfully getting away with it, obviously, either for life you get away with it or until they catch up to you and catch you. But just the fact that you're able to actually do that, a lot of thought process and planning actually does go into it. Yeah, they may use crash dummies to complete the mission, but just because they use crash dummies to go complete the mission, just like in the Young Dolph case, they used the crash dummy to complete the mission, but there's always a mastermind behind it all who actually plans, puts it all together, and then execute it, right? The crash dummies that actually do the shooting, they're just one part. You rarely see the mastermind of a hit, to go kill somebody. You rarely see that being the mastermind also being the shooter, the mastermind also being the hitman that's doing a hit and then getting away. That typically doesn't happen. And I doubt that's what happened in this situation as well. But also, if they're saying that the hit did happen at the Winchester place, or at the road on Winchester, at either the resort or they said the event center, right? Let's just say event center restaurant, right? If it did happen there, who's to say that while he was there, somebody didn't notice him and then go ahead and, hey, look, hey, you know who up here, right? Yeah, that boy Jook up here. And it could have went that way as well. And the reason I say that is because although these states are, yes, the states inside of America are big, but the hoods inside of America aren't that big. But there's a lot of hoods because all 50 states got hoods, right? No matter where you at, you can go way up to wherever you wouldn't even imagine. There's a ghetto somewhere. There's always a ghetto somewhere all the way around the world, right? Not even just in America. But anyways, back to America. The hoods isn't that big, and typically most people in the hoods know everybody in the hood. So it's nothing to see somebody make a call and to successfully get the hit done, right? And the reason I say that is because it gets done all the time that way. So it's not like this would be a different situation. Now, it could have been a different situation because I would imagine that with the
type of status and figure and who his brother is, I would imagine that he would have some type of protection. However, he does have a lot of respect in the hood. And in Memphis, of course, yes, you have people that wanted to try to take him off the planet Earth, unalive him as well. But that doesn't mean that he also didn't have the respect. And a lot of people that do got a lot of respect where they from, sometimes they do slip a little bit and they may not get that extra protection, or they may have a protection and the protection that you have actually gets shot as well. And speaking of that, they're actually saying that there was 2 people shot. Big Jook was one that was unalive, but another person that was shot, they didn't exactly say whether he was with him or not, but I'm guessing he was with him and he also got shot. Maybe the guy that got shot was supposed to be the protection for Big Jook, but the guys who did the shooting ended up shooting him as well. Let me actually read further onto the report and let me see if it says whether that guy that got shot was with Big Jook or not, and that'll just give us a better idea and a clearer picture of of everything that went on, right? So it says, there are photos and videos circulate online that purportedly show Jook bleeding on the ground with people attending him. The exact details of the shooting are unclear at this point, but Jook confirmed dead. Yes, I did see that the photo of him on the ground. Obviously, I would never post it. He potentially did get hit with a switch. That tends to be, the murder weapon that most people that actually get shot these days get shot with is the switchy. I'm talking about, you hear about it in the music and the songs all the time. The switchy, the switch this, the switch that, and a lot of people is literally getting switched down with the switch all the time, right? But let's finish reading the report. It says Big Jook was incredibly close to the famous brother, of course, Yo Gotti. He appears to officially be affiliated with Yo Gotti's collective music group, promoting artists under the imprint and appearing in music videos as well. It's said that what happened, okay, cool, it's not really talking about the second person that actually got shot with them, but whenever the report came out from the national news and the police said that there was a second person shot. But of course, that person probably won't get any type of coverage. It's probably the most coverage the second person will get, because nobody really talks about the person that ain't got as much clout or the person that ain't connected to the person with the most clout, right? So this might even be y'all's first time hearing that a second person was actually even shot. But with that being said, yeah, this is definitely a terrible situation. I just wanted to double back, give y'all the updated information, just to let y'all know, like I say, not only where the shooting actually took place, but another important detail, that'll be important detail with this, is that he was leaving a funeral. Terrible situation, leaving a funeral, and then he gets killed, and now there's going to be another funeral. And funerals do tend to be a place where, a lot of hitmen and a lot of killers, god dang, I'm talking about, is a perfect place for them. Why? Because they know it's going to be a lot of people going to go there. I know a lot of people that you actually want to unalive going to attend there. And if the person that you want to unalive goes attend a funeral, that's easy pickings for you, if they ain't got no type of protection and stuff like that. But with all that being said, man, RIP, and have mercy on Memphis, because it's already been bloody, but it's about to be way, way, way more bloody inside of Memphis. Anyways, let me know something. Also, when do y'all think it happened? Do y'all think this was a pre-planned hit where they knew he was going to be at the funeral and they just let him go ahead and get to the event on the Winchester Road? Or do y'all feel like in the funeral somebody maybe gave him a call, or whenever he got to the actual event place, somebody gave a call like, hey, listen, man, Big Jook there. How do y'all think it actually went down? Those are just some scenarios, 3 scenarios that I gave, that more than likely one of those will be the case. Either somebody knew he was going to be at the funeral and just stalked him from there. Somebody at the funeral either called and said that, the second scenario, somebody at the funeral called while he was there, and nobody already knew he was going to be there. And then the third, when he got to the actual event center, somebody must have saw him and then, of course, gave the call. One of those 3 will more than likely be, the situation. I'm just happen to think that they already knew he was going to be there, because everybody in the streets already been wanting his head. So typically when they want your head, they keep tabs on you at all times, will stalk you for as long as it takes until they get the perfect opportunity for them to swoop in and try to, unalive you. So with that being said, RIP to all the fallen soldiers, RIP to all the soldiers that will fall. Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.